Okay, we're back going into our final hour tonight of Dungeon World Oldtown. And some sort of figure has just emerged from the doorway. Axiom was able to wake the party and stand in defense of the campsite. As the figure starts to approach the campfire, what do you all do?
Should I roll con for the defend?
Yeah, go ahead. So I think that's what, hold 1? Or is it hold 2?
I think it's hold 1.
Basic moves, defend, hold 1. Yep. So what are the rest of you doing? Anything? You just gonna stay in bed? Let Axiom deal with this?
I guess I'll get at the ready.
Okay. What about you, Olivia?
I'm gonna go, step back a little bit away.
Okay.
Not, into the shadows or whatever, but just so that the other people are between the figure and me.
Okay.
And, ready my bow in case the thing is aggressive.
Okay. From the darkness, well, actually, the figure steps into the firelight, and you can see the robed figure of an older woman. She's probably in her early 50s. She has short cropped, graying hair. In the light, it's difficult to tell if her complexion is weird or not. So you can't really tell if she's like a person or if she's a construct of a person or what. She looks like a person. And she says, "Oh my, you're all very scared of me, aren't you? Well, that's delightful. Welcome to my tower. What brings you?"
I pray to Avel, what here is evil.
Oh, she is undoubtedly evil. There's still more evil yet in the tower, though.
Okay, no need for words. I charge at her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your hack and slash. All right. Go ahead and roll your damage and describe your attack.
Let me see how much damage I do before I describe it.
That's probably a good idea. Or at least describe what you're attempting to do.
Well, it looks like it's not going to work too well.
I don't think you've rolled higher than a 4 on D10, so far. Maybe in the day with the bandits. I don't remember what you rolled that day.
Basically, I go for a swing with the halberd, letting it slip in, letting the hand, as it goes down, I'm letting the handle slip to the very end, so I get the full reach on it, and just swing it across right at her midsection.
Okay. She manages to back up in time. You rip part of her ropes, but you do no damage to her.
Wait, no damage?
You do no damage to her.
I look back towards the others and say, this one's trouble.
She's just laughing, and she's like, "Oh, adventurers. I do love adventurers."
So, who are you picking to give extra damage to?
Oh, right. Setup strike. Olivia.
Alright, Olivia's gonna take this opportunity to use that to shoot the lady.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your volley.
Let's see here. Come on, roll good. That didn't roll good.
It's a setup and a miss.
Oh, not only do you miss, but I get to make a move against you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is honestly the best part of it for me. Because I get to do something. I don't get to do things unless you guys fail.
We need to stop her from doing more things. Let's roll better.
Um. Let me look at this real quick. I just gotta do some reading real quick. So you fire your arrow at her, and it goes wide, and it clearly misses, and you feel this fear bubbling in you, and it's like the same sort of fear that you felt when that shadow mummy passed through you and cursed you. And you see the woman start to like do sort of like incantation-y things, like you see when Zed casts his spells. And she puts her hands towards the earth, and the earth begins to tremble. What do you do? What do you all do, I guess?
I mean, I think that's at least hasn't gone yet.
Okay, so Estelize, the woman has cast a spell. The earth is beginning to tremble. What do you do?
I guess I'd charge at her to at least stop it a little bit.
Well, I mean, the spell is cast, so you won't be able to interrupt it, but you would be able to do damage to her, or try to.
Yeah, I I know there's not flanking in this game, but like while she was casting, I would want to like try to get into a flanking position.
Okay. Do you want to attack her, or?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, you don't have to.
Well, because I like if she were to attack me, I want to parry. So like if I
Well, the
can't
thing,
do both, then I'll just wait and parry.
you can do both, because I mean, I can attack you if somebody else fails, but if nobody does anything, then I don't get to do anything, is the idea.
If nobody does anything at all, then you do get to do something.
That's
if
true.
everybody just have no idea what to do, then you do get to do something.
That's true. But it's like, basically, I make moves in response to your moves. So if you don't make any moves, generally nothing happens. So feel free to attack her, and then you can try to parry her if she attacks you. But she has to attack you and not, like, make some other kind of move. Like, if... like, if I make a move of, like, oh, well, now there's bad stuff happening, you can't parry that.
Alright, so there's my dex.
Okay. Alright, go ahead and roll your damage against her. Okay. Go ahead and describe your attack.
When I attack, I'm aiming to cut off a hand. I guess whichever one's closest to me.
You end up more like you gash her wrist, but you definitely, like, you should have had enough purchase to cut off her hand, but you don't. Like, she seems very hardy. And she pulls a dagger from her waist, and you assume it's coming straight for you, but instead she cuts her hand, and there's a spray of blood on the ground. Axiom, what do you do?
Part of me wants to grab her dagger, because apparently that can actually get her. Let's see here. discern
Oh, it doesn't look
reality.
like it. I mean, she's bleeding from Esteli's, and she's not bleeding from you, but she's bleeding from Esteli's, and she's bleeding from her dagger, but it doesn't look like either one is really impeding her very much.
Let me just.
Did she, like, when she cast the spell that made the ground wobble, or whatever, there was, like, a motion involved with that, right?
Yes.
So does it seem like maybe just pinning her to the ground might be an effective way to...
I mean, you theorize, but the
I mean, at the same time, like, a good hit with your halberd will probably be really helpful also. You just rolled bad on that one.
Yeah, you did roll pretty bad.
Like, the average damage on that is 8, and you rolled a 5.
Stop. They're fighting beside me. Play fighting.
Can I discern realities while hacking and slashing?
No. Discerning realities takes time.
Yeah, it also says you have to, like, you can't just stand still while doing it. You have to be, like,
Investigating, yeah. It's not like a moment of noticing something, it's like actually studying the situation.
Well, more hacking and slashing.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and roll your damage. Okay, this time your halberd finds purchase in her, and you cut a rather large gash across her. You see a spray of blood, and as you step down, the earth starts to open beneath your feet. Can you defy danger with your dexterity, please? Or
No, I cannot, but I'll try.
Or you can choose not to.
I knew it!
You were correct!
Mark XP as several large black inky vines burst from the ground beneath you and wrap around you. Olivia, what do you do?
So, how thick are these vines?
How thick are they?
Yeah, like, how possible would it be to cut them in some way?
You couldn't cut them with an arrow. Let's just put it that way.
Okay,
You could.
What about with a snow leopard?
They're like pretty
Okay.
thick.
Okay, so like
Oh
significantly
gosh,
bigger than like
Catilyn. I mean, does Axiom have protection down there? I assume he's wearing something.
So the
Sorry. You were
the
saying?
idea would be that they're very difficult to cut short of like an axe delivered directly to the thing.
Can you
Like,
repeat
they're-
that? They're like this big. They're like really big.
Right. So unlikely to be able to like cut him free. Really at all.
I mean, you could definitely attempt it. It would definitely be difficult. I feel like a sword or an axe might be more effective than a snow leopard.
Okay, I do have a sword,
Okay.
but it's a rapier, and it's like a rapier would. Like, there doesn't seem to be any way for a rapier to enter this large of a vine.
Because, yeah, that's more of like a piercing weapon, isn't it? Do you
Yeah,
have
I mean,
you could pull, I would say you could pull like a knife or something out of your adventuring gear for this.
What about half of the broken sword?
Well, you do have it. You could try it.
Please don't give them the evil weapon.
Well, you sensed it. It's
broken,
not
right?
evil anymore. You sensed evil.
It has remaining evil in it.
Do you want to take a moment to think? Olivia?
I'm gonna pull my machete out of my my adventuring gear pack.
Okay.
Is that a reasonable thing that I can pull out?
I would say so, yeah. So mark off one use.
Wait for you from the vines.
Okay, I guess go ahead and roll hack and slash with your strength.
Okay. I'm not really gonna do that second time, I think. Let's see here. Strength. Yeah.
So mark XP.
Tried.
Um. I don't want to. Let me look at something.
Worth noting, Red is probably assisting me in this to the best extent that he can. Or
Okay.
she can.
Um. Roll. Well, what is your armor, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's how much armor do you have?
It's one, but while I'm working together with Red on this type too.
Okay. Roll 1d10 and take that much damage. You can subtract 1 of your armor from that. As one of the vines bursts from the ground behind you and wraps around your neck.
Okay. I have marked that off.
Okay. Estelise, what would you like to do?
Now the hand that like I maimed pretty good.
You didn't maim it very good.
Okay, well, that I maimed. So she's still capable of using it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I almost freed someone from literal bonds.
I gave you the opportunity.
I guess I'll attack her again, but this time I'm aiming at her eyes.
Okay.
And then, like, parry if she attacks back. I don't know. Sounds
Okay.
like something that I would do.
All right, go ahead and... All right. You stab her straight in the face. You definitely pop one of her eyes out. Like, not out, but like you get it into her eye socket and her eye explodes from the force of your stabbing. Rather than screaming in pain, she is just cackling madly. Axiom, you are currently wrapped by these very thick, dark black vines. What do you do?
Try to get out of them.
Okay, defy danger with your strength, please. What would be a good ugly choice? I'm not very good at ugly choices.
Like, sometimes they're really obvious, but sometimes it's like...
Yeah.
I can wriggle out, but I have to give up my weapon. Or
Maybe.
I have to cut off my own arm.
No.
Zelda.
Maybe if you slice your body open a little, the blood would lubricate and help you slip out.
I think I'm gonna go with you can get out.
By biting them.
No. I know you want to bite everything, but no.
That's going a little too
Rabbit.
close to what we were discussing, Docs.
Oh gosh.
Oh, God.
Okay, so if you sacrifice your weapon and leave it behind, you can escape.
Okay.
All right. You are able to wriggle free, but the vines hold fast to your halberd. Olivia, you're currently being strangled by one of these very thick vines. What do you do?
Can I like wriggle out of them?
Defy danger. Yeah, go and defy danger with your dexterity for that.
Okay. Come on. Hey, that's not a failure.
Look at your character sheet.
Everybody's weapons dropping all over the place.
No, that doesn't make sense for this
Nobody can hold
situation.
tight to their weapons.
I think what happens is that the only way to do that would be to if you take more damage, if you let it make another attack against you and let that go through, you can get out.
Alright.
Okay, roll 1d10, subtract 1 from that for your armor, and take that much damage. Okay, you are able to break free from the vine.
Nice.
Estelles, you've just stabbed this woman in the face. She's missing an eye now. There is blood dripping down her face, and there is a gaping hole where her eye should be. What do you
I
do?
go for the other eye.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Okay, you poke out her other eye.
Nice.
Vicious!
But go ahead and roll your damage. Okay, you poke out her other eye. She's still just laughing about it.
Just remember, witches have 3 eyes.
Axiom, you are free from the... I keep wanting to call them tentacles since we've been talking about that. You are free from the vines, though your halberd is stuck in the center of that
That is what you
mass.
first called them, though. You said the ground opened forth and big black tentacles come up.
I guess that's true. They're vines, though.
Alright, I charge forward and try to kill the witch.
With your bare hands?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Go for like extreme punch.
Sounds like hack and slash to me, so go ahead and roll.
Justice kick.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
I have the 3D dice turned on, and like it looked like it was going to be on an 8 for a second.
Your D10s are just not really where they need to be.
No!
They might as well be D3s. Honestly.
So,
You're doing like half of your normal rolls and half of your brother's normal rolls.
I think what happens is that you punch her and you think that you did a lot of damage because her head snaps all the way around. And then it just turns back.
Wait, does it keep going in the same direction? Do the 360 evil thing?
Yes.
Yes!
It just keeps going and turns all the way around. She has no eyes. Her eye sockets are just empty gaping holes and bleeding. And she's just smiling at you. And she reaches out for you with one of her hands. And she has really long fingernails and like bony knuckles. And she reaches for your throat. And I need to tab in between too many enemies right now. Roll 1d10 subtract your armor and take that much damage. As she claws for your throat with her hands.
Of course, those D10s always hit, so I take 5.
Olivia, you see Axiom being held at the throat by this older woman. She's not old, but she has no eyes. Her face has rivulets of blood dripping down it, and she is just cackling gleefully. What do you do?
Can I shoot her with the bow?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I'm gonna
see.
do that.
You're close enough that you're not going to risk hitting Axiom, unless, I mean, if you roll like a 6-, maybe? I don't know.
It'll be fine.
I mean, nah, I probably won't do that. That's boring.
Axiom's durable, but so is this old witch.
We'll have, what do you say? Have red, like, leap on the witch also, as this is happening.
Okay.
Well, I'm getting lots of XP this session.
Good thing Axiom's durable.
Good thing I'm on the other side.
So I
Well,
think
kinda.
what happens is that this woman kind of lifts Axiom off of his feet and casts him aside. You don't take any damage from that, but you are knocked onto your back as you fall. And Olivia, this woman starts to walk towards you, and even though there's no wind, her clothing and her hair are being whipped by some sort of magical force. And she extends her hand out to you, but she's not in any distance where she could reach you. But I still need you to roll 1d10 plus 3 and take that much damage.
Okay. Do I get armor?
Nope.
Oh.
You feel something strangling you, though there's nothing there.
Okay, but I'm at death's door.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. Where is that? So are you dying? Because
I'm at 0 health.
Okay. Let me double check. Because death's door is not a thing. That's a Darkest Dungeon thing.
Well, yeah, whatever it's called in this thing. Or you have to roll, see if you die.
Yeah, I think it's once you hit 0, but I just want to double check. And I've copied everything down, but some things are not super clear. I'm pretty sure it's once you hit 0.
Breath.
Yeah, I think once you hit 0, you take your last breath.
Okay.
So I think what happens then is that she's basically magically strangling you, and you sink to your knees,
I'm
and
getting Darth Vader to my death.
you're getting Darth Vader to death, and let's see. Yeah. Your vision starts to fade to black, and you find yourself sinking down and down, deep through the earth, until you fall far and fast, and then you just kind of gently alight on this sort of stone floor in this. It looks vast and small at the same time, and all around you are shadows. Except for in front of you, there's a gate, and the gate's closed. And standing in front of the gate is a skinny, pale woman. She is wearing black. Her skin is almost pure white, and her hood is drawn up. And she has long black hair cascading down in front of her. When you're dying, you catch a glimpse of what lies beyond the black gates of Death's kingdom. Roll plus nothing.
Rolls. Oh.
Death speaks and says, "Welcome, Olivia. I've been waiting for you." And she reaches out to take your hand, and the black gates open, and she leads you inside.
Okay.
And you are dead. That is a bummer. I feel like that's probably a good point to end it today.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and do our end of session. You almost got XP, but
Didn't matter.
then you
That's how I felt
died.
with
The key
That's
thing
how
to balance when trying to get XP. If you fail too hard, you die, and then you can't spend it.
Okay.
Yeah, like Australia actually had enough EXP to level. He just never got the chance.
Spike Ma's pressing F to pay his respects. Okay. So everyone who's still left alive, did you resolve a bond with another PC?
I had a bond with Olivia, and that's kind of over.
I respect the beliefs of Olivia, but hope she will someday see the true way. I think that she saw it.
Olivia, do you agree?
I definitely saw the true way, but it remains to be seen whether that's the same as what he thought it was. I'd say yeah.
Alright, Axiom, mark XP. You can
Yes.
either write a new bond with somebody else, or you can wait until Hazel makes a new character.
I'll just wait.
Estelise, Olivia can no longer work on her appearance to look more heroic because she's dead. So mark XP. You can go and erase that bond and either write a new bond with Axiom or wait until next session and write a new bond with Hazel's new character.
I still have to think of one with Axiom. I'm
Okay.
not quite sure.
That's fine.
Let me just pause real quick and just say, like, do you guys remember when we used to fight enemies that were just, like, normal, and we could, like, hit them and actually hurt them before we started fighting all these black ichor monsters? I think the last 3 enemies in a row have been super powerful black ichor monsters. I just want to say that, put that out there.
Well, I mean, it is kind of in part because of what you guys chose to do.
Yeah, blame the PC.
It's not my fault. I'm just the one running everything. So yeah, if you want to wait to fill your bond in, that's fine. We can do that next time. Or if you think of something off session, just let me know. Alignment. Axiom. Did you deny mercy to a criminal or unbeliever?
Even the gates of death did not stop me from smashing that old dude's skull. And I didn't let that sword sway me, so...
That's true. Mark XP. Estelise, did you go out of your way to show off your skills?
I don't know.
Beetle sword.
I like that comment. I'm a paladin that hates evil things. Why are we fighting all these ultimate evils? That's good. You didn't do anything super acrobatic, but you did poke out a lady's eyes. That takes some precision. I'm gonna leave it up to you. Do you feel like you went out of your way to show off your skills?
I mean, blinding her's pretty cool, I guess. Even though it didn't really seem to do much, but
Who needs eyes
it was a
to
smart
see?
thing and something that I know that Axiom wouldn't be able to do.
Okay, if you feel if that fulfills it, go ahead and mark XP. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
We learned that you can destroy magic weapons with other magic weapons.
That's true.
Well, for a certain
And-
value of destroy.
Axiom learned that the evil wasn't fully gone with the sword dying or being broken.
Okay.
So there's still something.
Mark XP. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Slime monster and the mind control sword.
Yeah, I think both of those individually.
And the guy that leaked Beatles.
Well,
Yeah, I think that's just what they were talking about.
yeah.
Well, okay.
Was
Marcus,
there another?
it's just that just because he belched forth a slime monster doesn't mean that he was the slime monster.
Oh, okay.
Did we loot a memorable treasure? The broken sword doesn't count, even though, and yeah, so.
No.
I would say if it wasn't broken, it would count, but since it's broken, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
So, no to that one. And I think that is pretty much it for end of session. Hazel, you and I are going to need to talk at some point over the next 2 weeks about your new character, what it is you want to play, and how we want to incorporate you into this, because everyone's at this tower, so we need to basically figure a way out for your new character to be on the scene and get involved.
Okay.
So think about that and get back to me. Other than that, I think that'll probably do it for today. So, does anyone want to do any shout-out shilling before we end the stream?
I have no shilling to do, so I'm going to bow out. Have a
Okay.
good one, all.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Okay. So you can... Hazel, do you want to promote your stream while there's still people here?
Sure. My stream is Etherlift. I'm probably streaming tomorrow at sometime in the morning, and also Friday in the morning.
And what kind of games do you stream?
Usually like turn-based strategy games or fighting games. I just got a fancy new controller for playing fighting games with, so that's probably what I'm going to be doing tomorrow and maybe Friday.
Okie doke. And then if you want to catch Catilyn on Twitch, you can find her at twitch.tv/OtisLyn. And that is right over there. You can see that. Other than that, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks so much for everyone who participated in chat and for tuning in and watching the stream. I had fun. We'll see you again in 2 weeks because we're on an every other week schedule for this. So I think that is going to be, what is it, April 13th is when we'll be back. When we'll be back with more Dungeon World Oldtown. If you want to catch more of my content, I will be streaming this Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Doing board games. We're going to be playing a game called Red November, which is basically gnomes getting drunk on a submarine that is sinking and exploding and on fire. And it's going to be fun. Other than that, again, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We will see you in 2 weeks for more Dungeon World Oldtown. Have a great night.